Good kill, good kill. Okay, good kill.
Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're here in the Su-30SM Flanker H, and this is the modernized Russian version. Today we're going to be fighting the F-16. We have AWACS, he has AWACS, so everybody's got data link, and he's carrying the AMRAAMs, and we're carrying the R77-1. So again, this is the new Su-30 mod by codename Flanker. Very, very nice mod. Fantastic work on this one. Let's have a look at the data link here. This is the AWACS. This is his AWACS. You can see this line indicating he's very high because it's very long, and he's not very fast because this line is kind of short. But when you look at this guy, the line, you just saw it get a little longer, so that tells me he's climbing. That line, the longer it is, the higher altitude he is. And you can see he's pretty fast because this line is pretty long. The circles are friendlies. So that's me and that's my AWACS right there. As you can see, the Russians have quite an interesting data link. They can give you a lot of information, all visually. You know, so it's very quick and very intuitive to read it all. Now the modernized Flanker, guys, is no joke. The Su-30 is an amazing aircraft. Here we go, we got the F-16 locked on radar here. I have a better radar than the F-16, so I'm going to lock him up here, and I'll probably be able to engage him sooner. The problem with the F-16 and fighting him, here he is on RWR, by the way, bearing 210 right off the nose here. The problem with the F-16 is that he's so fast and so nimble, you know, that it's difficult to get the missiles onto him. We've talked about in the past how, I'm just trying to watch him on data link, make sure he's not doing anything crazy. We've talked about in the past how speed is super important in beyond visual range engagements. One, it means that your missiles will be more dangerous because, you know, they'll come off your rail much faster. But also it allows you to defend incoming missiles because you're super fast. Missiles have to lead you more, which bleeds the missile's energy and all of these things, right? So the F-16 makes it super challenging, even though it is a very old aircraft technically, you know. But the speed makes it super challenging to try to hit it. And you know, we've done several videos where F-16s have beaten flankers. It can be done. The F-16 is an interesting little bird in that sense. But, you know, you gotta work hard. You gotta work really hard. So Fox 3 here, and I'm gonna defend. He's locking me as well. He's hard locking me. Alright, we'll reduce altitude here. I'm not going to go too low. I'm actually going to recommit and shoot again because I think I have more than enough range to do that. Look at him. He's continuing to pull into me, which tells me he probably hasn't shot yet, or else he would pull away from me. But he's pulling into my crank right now. He's probably trying to line up a shot here. He's pretty fast too. Alright, so we'll go ahead and point the nose at him. There we go, and I'm going to give him a Fox 3. This will be outside of range, but we'll give it to him anyway. One of the major advantages that I have over him in the flanker is I'm so much larger, so I carry a lot more missiles. I also have a lot more fuel. So if I can keep this fight kind of lowish altitude and keep him down low, I can, you know, drain him of his fuel. But also if I continually sling missiles at him, it's going to saturate him with so many things to worry about that we might be able to sneak in there and get a victory. Make no mistake about it, the flanker is the better aircraft in this fight. The F-16, it's very much a David versus Goliath fight right now for the F-16. Here he is defending. You can see he's going cold here. We're holding the crank and diving to drag his missiles into denser air. And if we don't get a Pipple warning, we're going to commit onto him, which is what we're going to do, because I don't hear... Oh, there it is. It's probably not going to hit me. It's probably super weak AMRAAM going Pitbull. But we'll defend, just to be safe. Oh, you see that? That's the ground collision avoidance. It's a very cool little system I was talking about in the last video, ground collision avoidance. So if the aircraft thinks that the pilot is unconscious or something, it'll pull out of a dive to try to save his life. I believe the Americans are calling that auto GCAS, automatic ground collision avoidance system. Got him locked here, Fox 3, just short of 50 kilometers. And we'll give him a second one here. We can double tap, we have so many missiles. We'll give a little bit of time, because you don't want to shoot two like right back to each other, because if he can defeat one, he can defeat the other. So we'll just give it a second. Yeah, well, I'll hold on to that one. I'll give him a double tap here in a minute, though. It's the right thing to do. Especially when you have so many missiles. Here we go, Fox 3. We'll defend here. That F-16 is actually doing a very good job of fighting me so far. As long as he keeps his speed up, he can be super difficult to hit. And he's constantly going cold, which is kind of defeating my missiles, essentially. He's shooting his AMRAAMs and going cold, so he's actually depending. There's the AMRAAM going Pipple on me. He's depending on the AMRAAM seeker to do the work for him, so he's slinging the AMRAAM over here and then he's going cold, which means he's not providing too much guidance to the missile. So when he goes cold like that, he keeps himself safe. I got him locked here. He keeps himself safe from my missiles, but he depends on his AMRAAM seeker to try to find me, which sometimes it does, as you just heard there. But we avoided that very quickly, and Fox 3 here, and I'm going to give him a second one here. Let's double tap him. Fox 3 again. Here we go. But this thing that he does, where he shoots a missile and then instantly goes cold and depends on his AMRAAM seeker to find me, to me that sounds like desperation. So it sounds like somebody who's, you know, is behavior of somebody who's not in full control of the fight, and they're a little bit desperate and they're slinging AMRAAMs, they're defending, and you know, you can tell you're kind of wearing them down a little bit maybe. And so that's good. You know, you want to try to read the other guy's, you know, intentions and behavior and see if you can get inside his head. But I think we're doing good so far. And you know, keep in mind that they can reverse those things. I've seen people play with these concepts to try to make you think like they shot at you, and all these different things. Try to coax you into doing things that you wouldn't normally do, make you more aggressive than you usually would be, and then use that against you. We're being locked. Fox 3. Time to start getting a little bit more aggressive here. Let me just pull up again. We'll shoot him again. Also keep in mind that he has to be a little bit more stingy with his missiles than we do. Fox 3. At the end of the day, the ability to only carry 6 AMRAAMs or 6 air-to-air missiles is kind of limiting for the F-16, especially if you want to throw some Sidewinders in there, and then you're down to 4 or even 5 AMRAAMs. The only thing worth mentioning there is that the AMRAAM is actually a pretty good missile, so you can carry, you don't need too many of them to get the kill. You can hear that AMRAAM's not leaving me alone here. I'm going to do a high G maneuver here because I'm kind of scared it's actually kind of close. I think we narrowly missed that AMRAAM. That thing was really chasing me down, I think. Yeah, AMRAAMs are super dangerous. I should probably be a little bit more careful. You can see how, you know, missiles play a big role in the effectiveness of an aircraft. Even though the flanker is very much the superior aircraft in this situation, you can struggle with the AMRAAMs. You know, now imagine if the F-16 didn't have AMRAAMs and it had, I don't know, something else. It'd be a far less effective platform. Here we go, got him here. Locked. Fox 3. Start pulling away. His missile is coming over here. I'm gonna do some twists and turns. Avoid that missile, make it lead. And we can probably recommit here. Here we go. Okay, and we're gonna recommit here. I got one R-77 remaining. This F-16 has bled all of my missiles, but to be fair, I did double tap them. I didn't have to do that. But here we go, we got them locked. And after this, I'm gonna go into electro-optical mode, turn off my radar, Fox 3, and we're gonna hunt him down like that. Alright, here we go. I'm gonna push him. There he is defending, I have him locked. Gonna switch over to electro-optical. There you go, you see EO on the HUD there. There he is defending. So at this point he's not receiving an RWR notification from me anymore, and I'm staying super low so I can maybe avoid his data link, but I'm gonna push him and shoot him with the Fox 2 here as he recommits. Trying to be as stealthy as I can be. Here we go, here we go. Fox 2. And I'll give him another one. I have to assume he has, yeah, he got me locked. Fox 2 again. And I'm defending. Flares out. Splash one. Splash. Hit him both times, yeah. I had to assume he had Sidewinders there, so I flared and avoided him there. I should have just shot him with the Fox 2 and then broke away the first one, because you should always assume worst case scenario. You should assume that he has AMRAAMs and Sidewinders left. But, you know, there you go. That's the kill. That was actually a very difficult kill. The F-16 did a great job and put up a far greater fight than I think anyone would have really thought. But Splash 1 F-16.